Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Magpie. So this has Daisy Ridley in it from Star Wars. Shazad, Latif. I don't know if I know him. I don't know if I know anybody else in this movie. But anyway, it's a 6.0 on IMDb. 1,458 people rated so far. So not many people. It is now on Amazon Prime. A couple finds their lives turned upside down when their daughter is cast alongside a controversial major star. I don't know much about it, but it's on my list. It's only an hour and a half long, so exactly an hour and 30 minutes long. So I'm going to get into it, tell you what I think, see if it's worth watching. Stick around, I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Magpie, and so I had a misconception of this movie, and maybe you didn't. But I did, right? So we got Daisy Ridley and whoever the guy is that I mentioned in this, and they have a daughter who is like in a movie or a TV show, right? I think they even say it at the beginning. Shazad is the guy's name, right? So he's the husband. But I'm trying to say, I think they say what it was. Hold on, real quick there. When their daughter gets cast along, okay, it doesn't say what it is. I don't know. I think it's either a TV show or a movie, right? So she gets cast in this role. Now the daughter is, I don't know, 5, maybe 6, something like that, 4, 5, or 6, and they say alongside a controversial major star. Don't really know what that is, but my whole thought is that this other actress or actor is the same age as their little daughter, Matilda. And so, Tilly, whatever. So that's what I was thinking this whole time. And my thought, I'll just give you, because it's not a spoiler alert, I'm just going to give you a little bit more of the movie. But I'm going to tell you what I thought it was. I thought, like, okay, I don't know, like The Good Son or something like that. If you've seen The Good Son, I know that takes us back sometime. But I thought there was going to be like an actor who was like maybe a bad influence on her. That's not the case. So, let me clear that up for you. The actress is an adult star. Not an adult movie star, you know, but in age. That came out wrong. But a very good-looking actress. Around the same age as Daisy and her husband. So that's where, you know, when we now read it and says their lives are turned upside down when their daughter is cast alongside a major star. That's how, right? Because he's taking his daughter to this movie or TV show where she's acting in, and he's meeting this other woman who's an actress, and he right off the jump is not a big fan of his current relationship with Daisy. In fact, he has gone away for multiple months for work, but now he's back. But it's still a rocky relationship, and in comes this good-looking actress. And so that's how their lives get turned upside down. And I'll just leave it at that. So that was new to me. It still felt, I don't know, boring a little bit. I was on my phone here and there. You can kind of see you can kind of spell it out for yourself what's going to happen for the next hour and 15 minutes, right? No big surprises there. But I will say they do a good job of, I don't know, making it interesting. I'll say that. It was boring. It's hard for me to talk, so I'm going to jump. So, if you haven't seen it yet, you might be interested, but I can't talk anymore without saying spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. I'm not going to ruin the ending of the movie, but I will talk a little bit more openly about it. So, if you don't want to hear it jump out, I already said spoiler alert. You get it, right? So, of course, they set it up where, you know, he really likes her. And she is very jealous. So they make Daisy Ridley a very jealous wife. And so that's a little bit more. So things play out, and it's interesting. And so again, I already said spoiler alert. I figured it out from jump really quickly. I think they still did a good job at the end of putting it all on film. But you know, because I figured out what was happening, and if you've seen it, maybe you did as well. So I wasn't too surprised. I thought that's the way it would have went, but I think they worked out, you know, what I envisioned pretty well after I realized what the movie was about. So, still trying to talk in code and not let you know anything more about it. But I don't know if it's considered a slow burn. It feels like that. It felt like it was, a little bit longer because I think I knew what was going on. I just wanted to get to that ending. Is what I felt from this. And it's interesting, too, the way they make Daisy Ridley's character, right? I mean, you think back, and there's two things, and I think this is how they try and lead you down that path, right? So the one time she breaks the mirror, I wasn't even, vaguely paying attention. Like, I thought it was, like, telekinesis or something like that. I don't even know if it's the right term, but, So there was that, and then her washing the cup to cause harm really makes you think, wow, this woman has, issues. And she does, but maybe rightfully so after you watch through all of this. But you think back about that and how they brought that all to life, I thought was pretty good. So, I don't know. Again, it was a little slower than I wanted, but once it gets there, and it was only an hour and a half long, thank goodness they didn't make it any longer. It made it enjoyable. And funny. I laugh at what happened. Not, I don't know what the term is, but, Anyway, that's it. That's all I got. I don't know if I was helpful at all. Sorry, that was a tough one for me to review. Not my favorite movie, but not a complete waste of time either. That just sounds bad. I don't mean that. One last thing. If you stuck with me this long, thank you so much. I appreciate it. At the end, it says, this came from an idea from Daisy Ridley. So you know how like sometimes they're based on a true story or based on a book or something like that? The first opening credit was like based on an idea from Daisy Ridley. I was like, that's cool. She thought of the idea. I'm sure she was a co-producer or the producer on it, something along those lines. But that I like that. You know what I mean? She came up with her own thought and let's build it out. Like I'd love to be able to have that type of connection to be like, hey, I got this idea for a movie, but I can't put it all on paper like this. I can just talk you through everything and just have somebody say, okay, let's do it, and then this happens. I don't know if I'd star in it, but you know what I mean. Alright, that's it. I'm rambling on. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully this was helpful. Kimmel's Irish Pub.